On to the K2 women. This is the 1,000 meters. You can see on the top of your screen, two Swiss have put in some good time. This is surprising. Lane number 4, we have Naomi Buchweiler and Livia Haderschild. They're not really well known, but they're only what? They're only 18 years old. They recently came 4th in the World Championships and also in the Junior World Championships, that was. And in lane number 5, we have Ramona Haschbacher and Nicole Uschner. Again, very, very young. They actually last week, they were in the final. They came 9th last week in Poznan. Going down the lanes, we have Sweden, Norway, Japan, Switzerland, Sweden, USA, Austria, and Indonesia. So it looks we've got a couple of big names in this one. Lane number 8, Yvonne Schöring, Victoria Schwartz at 2nd last week in Poznan, but they have a big pedigree, haven't they?
They certainly do, and these young ladies have been writing history for their nation really since 2010, where they won their first World Championship medal for their country. And of course then Dang Nabbit, last year they go ahead and win it, the K2 500, so they've qualified really, really well. But I'm delighted to see the Swiss pairs in here now, Matt. The Swiss flag has really been flown by David Gubser for so long, but now it's great to see women's racing in there.
And look, they're taking the early lead. They're now 250 meters we go. We have Schöring and Schwartz, lane number 8 for Austria, taking the early lead.
They were 7th in Poland, and again, like you said, you'll often see athletes racing over the 1,000-meter distance and the 500-meter distance early season, just to develop that speed endurance base. But these two girls are doing a great job. And
in number 7, keeping up the pace, is the Americans. Good morning if you're listening or watching from America. Maggie Hogan, 32 years old, and Kathleen McElroy, 27 years old. Both live in Oklahoma City, where the main center is, and they actually took a very, very good, very pleasing at 3rd last week in Poznan, so they got some recent form at the moment.
Well, that's sort of an example of where West meets East in terms of USA paddling. Great to see them both there. Maggie coming originally from San Diego, moved over to Oklahoma, and they're going stroke for stroke here with the Austrians. But as I say, 1,000-meter racing, it's early doors.
The others, they've got what, a length and a half from the 3rd competitor. So this must be, they're spurring each other on, I guess.
Yeah, they do have about a length and a half there ahead of lane number 2. That's the Norwegians out there. And lane number 6 is also handily placed. That's the Swedish pairs of Stencils and Stencils.
But as we cross the halfway line, 500 meters to go, it's definitely a 2-horse race at the moment. As you said, anything can happen, but it looks at the moment that Schöring and Schwartz are saying, this is going to be my race to Hogan and McElroy. Can you hold on?
Well, you can see there from the picture that Yvonne Schöring, right there in the front of the boat, is looking quite relaxed. She's setting the rhythm for Victoria Schwartz to follow in the engine room. This pair coached by Nandor Almasi, a Hungarian coach who's a very experienced coach, been coaching around the world. He was in South Africa before he came to work with these girls, and they've really stepped up and on.
And he's told them the last 250 meters, put the pedal to the metal and go for it, girls.
Well, there you go. That's the experience of racing. It's the experience of knowing or having confidence in your training and executing your race plan.
There are nine teams in the picture, but unfortunately the cameras doesn't show all of them, but there's a huge lead at the moment to coming down to what, 200 meters to go. It looks like they're in control of this race. This is the Austrian pair, Yvonne Schultz and Victoria Schwartz.
This is home ground for them now. The last 200 meters of the race, you can see Yvonne there in the front, leading the rhythm for Victoria to follow. Just behind them was the USA, Hogan and McElroy.
But let's not forget, right at the top of your picture, lane number 2 from Norway, Louise Leven-Moen and Agnes Brunli. They're making a late race. They could get in the medals here. But so far, with what, 100 meters to go, can they hold on? The Americans are gripping in, but so far it's Schöring and Schwartz with what, 60 meters to go. It looks like they've got, as you say, they've got their plan, and they are going to win this race. This is the K2 women, 1,000 meters. First day of the line is the Austrians, second for USA, and third, very, very good performance from the top from Norway.
Well, that was pretty much a carbon copy of, I'm sure, what they planned from the Austrians. Very confident performance, and they'll take that with them into the K2 500 racing and moving on through the season. But let's have a round of applause here for Indonesia here in lane 9, not in your picture, but it's great to see these emerging nations too coming to play at the World Cup events.
Absolutely, getting lots of experience there.
So there we have the winners, Yvonne Schuring and Victoria Schwartz.
So far, good regatta?
Yes, yeah, it's a nice way to get the action warmed up, and you know, these young ladies will be taking this experience away. Some of them we'll see in the 500s later on, today, tomorrow. And yeah, it's World Cups is always a good time to dust away the cobwebs and get your racing boots on.
It's not only about racing, it's about the recompense, it's about getting your awards. So we're going to be covering a few of the award ceremony today. And we'll be up in a couple of minutes. It'll be the women who've just competed a few minutes ago in the K1 Women 1000 event. What can you see? They're looking control there.
Yeah, certainly are. Again, it's a boat that's developing. I know Sean Caven's working with the girls out there in developing that K2. That's one of their aims. And you know, the more time that you get in the boat, the more time you get with your partner, as you can imagine, the better your timing and your rhythm becomes. And
you obviously had 15 years with the GB team. Good memories for working with Sean?
Oh, absolutely. We've had some great coaches and characters with us, and you know, really, really good memories. I've enjoyed all my time there, and it's great to see some of the athletes who came into our ranks as juniors now and through the under-23s are performing right now out there in Duisburg.
On the big stage.
Absolutely.
It's a lovely sunny day here. There's a slight tailwind, but it looks like it's fair for all the competitors. And confirmation of the K2